Apaga la música, prende tu voz. Esto es Acapella, the podcast, hosted by DJ Frikkiao and friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right. Welcome to James DeBARBA.
No, welcome to Acapella. This is your show, baby.
Oh, man, welcome to you.
Welcome to Jumanji 2020.
Welcome to James DeBARBA show. Olvídate de esta vaina. Esta vaina es tuya hoy. Hoy vamos a hablar, I'm not, I don't know if Funk Master Flex is going to sue me for taking his bomb, but today...
That ain't his bomb.
It's not his bomb. I don't know, but he branded it. So we're gonna start some shit.
Answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Apaga
You want
la
answers?
música, prende tu voz. Esto es Acapella, the podcast, hosted by DJ Frikkiao and friends.
All right, enough with the shenanigans. Let's get to the shit, man.
Set it off.
Let's get to this shit. James, welcome to Acapella. Thank you so much for doing this.
No, thank you for having me, bro.
No,
100%.
thank you. No, thank you. I hope this goes well. Just want to say.
Different characters, bro.
Because shit escalated the other day, and I had to go speak to my therapist and figure out how I'm gonna cope with all this stuff.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing when you're a little bit.
Man, listen,
therapist is good.
I am a preacher of mental health and mental wellness, and I tell people all the time that you need to speak to professionals so they can help you cope with certain things and they can manage your emotions and manage how you can, and a lot of people had given me a lot of credit last week, or not, like 2 days ago, for how I handled that Fragancia interview and how composed I remained despite all of the shit that happened. And all I gotta say, that is the help of years of therapy and books and self-help and people telling me, you motherfucker, you crazy, you need to go figure it out. So just wanted to put that out there. But anyway, welcome and how do you feel today? How's everything?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I can't complain. Trying to stay in the light so you can see my black self.
As we all just see this wonderful setup that I've created here is for you to see my black ass clearly.
It is. We're just here at the restaurant. We're trying to set up, phase 2 opens up in New York, and we're going to have outside dining. So we just came over to the restaurant, check it out, make sure everything's working in effect. So that's where I'm at right now. As you know, I'm affiliated with a couple of restaurants and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so James, let's get to the shit, man, because we got about 500 and some people connected on Instagram. Vamos.
Gotta break the record. Share.
Yes, guys, envíen envíen el live a todas sus amistades, a su abuela, a su mamá, a su prima, a su cuñado, a la chilla. Envíenselo a todo el mundo. All right, so let's get from the beginning. How did you become part of DLG? And was DLG was that your first gig, or you were doing stuff before?
It's funny. I was just speaking to, before I started in DLG, I was in a group called Jiggy. I don't know if you remember that group.
Jiggy?
Well, I be raking in the dough, boy, raking in the dough.
Nah, I can't. It might have been before my time. I don't know.
Toss it up. What up? Yeah, this was like 1990. We was teenagers.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't say that I heard of it.
Was in Japan, and then from there, I toured. I was the hype man for, I don't know if you remember Sister Soldier, who was down with Public Enemy. Yeah. And then from there, I was, running around, different discos with Ted Smooth. I was Ted Smooth's hype man, and we were doing a lot of local gigs. And, I don't know if you know our previous manager, who's also my partner in DLG, Adam Torres.
Of course.
He started doing a lot of clubs and stuff. And me and him grew up with each other since we were like 12, 11 years old. And, he was like always into, he's a go-getter. And long story short, he was like, listen, me and you, we need to get together, form a group so that we can get this salsa urban type thing. Because he's always had that idea. In case a lot of people don't know, Dark Latin Groove was the name of a song called Dark Latin. He had a song called Dark Latin Groove in 1988. That's where the name came from. Yeah. I'm getting calls already, bro. Stay on the live, bro. Stay on the live. Go on live. Instagram live. DJ Frikkiao, Acapella. I'm getting crazy calls. The phone is going crazy up there.
Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of people connected. A lot of people, including me, have been looking forward to today. Let me just say.
Oh, good.
Been looking forward to today. I was like, yo, we need to do this like right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So anyway, long story short, I went in and I ran into Sergio George, who I knew was also from Spanish Harlem, and he was from Johnson Projects. And he moved to Stanley Isaacs as like a late teenager. And I used to see him, and then he was telling me about how he was doing music. And next thing I know, we went there with a crew of cats that we wanted to try and put on. He heard me, and he was like, nah, I don't know about them dudes, but I think I want to rock with the dark-skinned kid. I said, damn, Serge, you don't know me or whatever? Long story short, he put me on a song with Tito Nieves, and I traveled with Tito Nieves for a while. With focusing on building a group called Dark Latin Groove. Well, he was going to call it a group, a dark group. He didn't know the name of it.
All right.
And then, from there, he also had met Huey in a talent show. And, he saw me and Huey vibing that night. He put Huey with La India. We both toured for about a year and a half, 2 years. And then my mom's died, and I ran into him in South Street Seaport. He goes, yo, you ready? Because I know you're ready. I was like, hell yeah. Next thing I know, he said, let's go. I need you to go to Puerto Rico, link up with the dudes, whatever. He told me about the group. And all I know is that it was like from day to night, he was like, we're about to make this happen. I was like, okay, let's do it. So he said, listen, there's a song, George Lamond. Do you know George? I said, of course I know George Lamond. Battle on the art. So he had a song, No More Than, and I was going to do the rap on it. And George Lamond was like, I'm not really feeling the group thing. I want to do my own thing. So he was going to put Huey as like, maybe like a second singer. And he said, well, we'll just put Huey in the front because George don't want to do it. And he says, but I feel better if it's a group, if it's a bigger group rather than a duo. So we invited a guy named Ronnie. I don't know if you know Ronnie. Everybody knew him from the clubs. And he used to be a dancer dude, and he was down with us. So he was really going to be like the dancer, the on-stage entertainment type dude. And then, he had some personal issues that he said, I have to move on. I can't wait for it to pop off. But then it was down to me and Huey. We had did some shows with Ronnie, performing No More Than. We did for Video Music Box and for Wea Latina, Sony Latino. And, then we started recording. And then to clear it up and just to get to the shit real quick, I don't know if people have never been in the studio, but when you're in the studio and you're a group, you collaborate. And I didn't speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I was very limited in my Spanish. And when Fragancia came off the street looking for a deal, him and Speedy, it was like a perfect opportunity to help with some of my writing. And I don't never deny that he did some of the writing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a collabo.
Yeah,
but, 80% of my raps were in English. So 80% of my raps is what I did. And I did it in reggae in English because that was my forte.
Okay.
And I give him props because he's excellent on spot rapper, you know what I'm saying? And, he was good at writing certain things. And, and I don't try to like bury him and say, no, nobody didn't. No, we collaborated. But you can't, they try to shit on, I could curse, right? They try to shit on Cardi B because she didn't write some of her stuff. She wrote some of her stuff. Same thing with Nicki Minaj and so forth and so on. People that are not in the industry and really don't know how shit works are the ones that start talking about that bullshit. Oh, who wrote this? Who wrote that?
Yeah, they don't understand the collaboration.
If somebody's standing, like I've been in studios, if you're standing, they'll throw you out the studio, not because they don't like you, but because they don't want to give you publishing. Because if you're there and you say yes to something, you get publishing.
Yeah.
So that's the business aspect, and you really got to be in tune to business aspect. So anyway, long story short,
that's the music business. Okay. All right. So before you can, let me just do a quick recap. So all right. So then Sergio had this idea for a group called Dark Latin Groove.
Right.
He approached you about it. George Lamond was supposedly be to become part of this group. So
he was going to be the lead singer because
he was going to be the lead.
No More Than.
So George Lamond was going to be the lead singer, and George declined the offer for whatever reason. He didn't want to do it. And then how did Sergio George find Huey Dunbar? Because allegedly,
before we was even doing No More Than, he had already found Huey. Actually, Adam had a talent show at one of his clubs that he was promoting, and he said, I'm going to put this kid down because the kid could blow. And he brought him over, and, they put him on tour with La India prior to DLG to, get him familiar, because he was another one that didn't speak Spanish, wasn't really, familiar with stage. He was just a kid working, because he was young. He was really, we was all young, but he was younger than us, and Fragancia was really young.
Yeah, people. I'm sorry to interrupt you. People keep saying to raise your volume a little bit. I can hear you fine. I don't know if some people can't hear you fine out there, but see if you can.
Okay, maybe because, and I usually speak loud, but I'll put my ugly face there. Can you hear me better, peoples?
Ahora sí.
All right, so long story short, Huey was already, being groomed to get down with the group and everything. And then when George declined, it was like, well, Huey's good. He's performing. He knows, he sings good. He has a good ear. And I'm trying to put the name of the restaurant. I need to get that plug, that promo.
What's the name of the, huh?
Sangria's in Club City.
Oh, dale. We'll plug it. We'll plug it at the end. I got you.
Okay. And so anyway, so when we got together, me and Huey was already on fire. We had already started recording stuff, and and I'm not gonna lie, man. It was a heaven sent when Fragancia came in with that talent. And he was really, at the time, a hired hand to really do that. And then, Sergio saw the talent and he says, yo, I could include these guys into the group. He wanted to make a big, like the Black Eyed Peas type thing, a lot of different artists, and he had a vision, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And really, it was supposed to be a one-off, because at the end of the day, it was supposed to be one song on a compilation. So I don't know if you know Freddie from the Barrio Boys. He was supposed to be on one of the songs. I think it was Voices, Ethereal Groove. I forgot the name of it. It was like an acapella Spanglish group. They were supposed to be on the compilation. And the compilation was called DLG compilation, because that was the name of the studio. And Sony said, nah, that's DLG, those two kids right there. And he said, me and Huey, they wanted to fly, and that's when we signed a deal with them. And we started doing everything in the studio over on 19th Street, between 5th and 6th Avenue. It was a brand new studio, and we just was experimenting. We was kids that just was trying to have fun with music. It wasn't like no rules and we got to do this and no structure. And that's why I say it's important that people know we were collaborating, because we were just throwing ideas out there. The original name of Muévete was Island Hopping. Island Hopping. And Sergio's like, no, we're not doing that shit. That shit sounds whack. So he said, we're going to say Muévete. So we did that,
It's still the original track, because that track is amazing, bro.
It was great. Track. It was a great track. And, we had the participation of Fragancia, who did his thing on the track. He's in the video also. And I think that was the time when, I don't know if Fragancia touched on it, but I think that's the time when Sergio was like, we could probably make this kid inclusive with it, because I don't know what he told you or whatever. And I don't want to, I'm not here for battle. I really don't want to discuss these things, because it's like, it's a dead horse. It's beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
And it's like, I moved on. I mean, I take my money. I've invested my money. And Jay-Z didn't become a billionaire singing, rap songs. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So if you don't know how to, do those things. But I'm glad I'm still touring. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So Speedy and Fraga was really rocking with us. And I think, there was a little, I don't want to get into the business. I don't tell nobody's business, but it wound up that Fraga was going to be the only one that was going to be able to rock with us. And he said, okay, so we rock. And we did a summer in Puerto Rico living out there, and we were touring and doing all kinds of stuff. And he just said, I think they should stick in the group. This was after we recorded the album and all that. And then by the second album, he made Fragancia inclusive in the group. He still was under a contract and was getting, his little. But
after this time, it was just you and Huey. Because there's a lot of album covers out there that have just you and Huey.
Well, there's really just one with me and Huey. That was the first one. The second album, Fragancia's on. But me and Huey did all the interviews and everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the real contract that because I had to get all the paperwork. The real contract that Fraga signed was the third one.
Got it. Okay, so what did Fragancia? What do you feel he contributed to the group?
Oh, he contributed a lot, man. He's first of all, it was like a little competition with him and I, because we were like the rappers of the group and we were young. He definitely contributed with some of the Spanish rapping, and again, he helped write some of my stuff. So I don't never deny that. I know he wants to claim he wrote it all, but
Well, I
Not
mean,
many people could do what I do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, my voice is distinct. My reggae flow is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, people can't say they wrote.
Well, listen, I've watched videos of you performing. You're an amazing entertainer, bro.
I try.
Yeah.
And like Jay-Z said, I'm not a rapper. I'm just an entertainer. I'm a hustler that just knows how to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I recognize that there's a million other rappers that are better than me, but it's when the shit hits the fan and you really got to perform or make things happen, you have to really, that's where the entertainer comes. And that's why people love Cardi B. You know, It doesn't matter what she's really rapping about sometimes. It's just the beat is hot and her attitude and her little entertainment. That's what people come to see.
Yeah.
If they want to hear Tracy Chapman just singing, you know, a nice mellow song, you know, that's cool. But, you know, like Sergio said, if you don't entertain, and that was part of the reason why he wanted me to go, because he knew that I was entertaining, I was dancing, I was doing this, I was doing that. And then I happened to know how to, you know, have a flow and have that reggae voice. And I learned. I had to learn the Spanish, and I did. And I spit those lyrics. And there was a lot of stuff that was thrown out because it was whack. You know what I'm saying? I don't always say, oh, I'm the best. We did it. Nah, there was shit that was whack that never made the album.
All right. So James. All right, by the way, how did you get the name James? James DeBARBA? Is that your last name, or is that like? How did you get that name?
No. So I was a barber. I was in the barber shop on 110th 2nd Avenue called A Cut Above. I owned it at like the age of 20, and that's when me and all my crew and Jiggy, we were just running around. So I was cutting hair during the day, hanging out at night, and you know, I actually got pulled out. Sergio said, "Listen, we got shot up in 1995." And Sergio was like, "We're not investing a lot of money into you so you can get shot up and killed like Biggie did," because Biggie had just gotten killed the year before. So I got hit in the leg or whatever, and he was just like, "Yeah, no more barbershop shit for you." And I was going through contract dispute with my partner anyway because they owned the building. So I just pulled out and just held my breath and said, "You know, my mother's dead, my father's dead. I'm throw all my rocks. I didn't have no kids, no marriage, nothing. I said, throw my rocks out. Let's see if I can hit craps." You know what I'm saying? And I did.
Was Fragancia also a barber too? Because I think somebody mentioned that.
Yeah, he was a barber too. And it's funny because
you're shot or just
named me that. I was trying to come up with 100 names. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Nah, dude, your name is James DeBARBA," because everybody said, "You know, James DeBARBA," and that's how everybody started knowing me, as James DeBARBA.
Yeah.
So the name just stuck. And if I go to South America, to James La Barbera or James El Estilisto or James Barbara, they come up with the funniest thing.
Yo pensaba que ese nombre era como like it was like, you know, that was, you were like had some like French heritage or some shit. Like I'm like, oh,
I actually do. I think you looked me up. So part of my family is from an island called Guadeloupe. So my mother's maiden name is Cavertier, French Guadeloupe. And they came from, you know, if I go back in the history, they came from the Canary Islands. You know, we have family in Haiti, you know, from the Cubertino part. But my grandfather was born and raised in Puerto Rico with my grandmother. And my grandmother was actually born in St. Thomas, Puerto Rican bred. And she comes from a direct line from Spain. But everybody settled in Spain, in Puerto Rico. And that's how I was brought up, Puerto Rican. That's what I know. I mean, I still have like that coolie hair.
So are you? Yeah, I was gonna ask about your nationality. So you're Puerto Rican, Boricua.
I'm Puerto Rican. I can't say Boricua because if you know the history, I say I'm Puerto Rican. Boricua is if you're born in the Borinquen. So I'm Puerto Rican. I was born and raised in Spanish Harlem. I'm half Puerto Rican and half West Indian or whatever, but you know, 3/4 Puerto Rican, I say, because we were born, you know, our heritage is that way. But James DeBARBA is my stage name. My last name is De Jesus.
Got it. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So just to catch everybody up. So all right. So you guys were touring by the third. Now, what you said by the third album? Would you would say?
The album, Fragancia was already in.
So when did Fragancia join the group?
Well, he was already touring with us in the first album, but he was like more like a hired artist,
like a hype man. He was a backup singer / hype man.
Not really. He would come in on his song and then leave off the stage.
Got it. Okay, so he was a collaborator.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call that, but all right. So, I mean, there's so many things that he went off on our tangent last week, and what I really was trying to do was document the history the same way that you're telling me now, you know, and that you're sharing the story
from the inception.
You were part of the original.
Coming up with it.
Yeah, you were part of the original. So I mean, I guess what people want to know is like, who owns the name? Who owns the DLG name?
It's funny because I addressed that when you put the flyer up at first. So the name has changed, but amongst us, And basically, you know, I was told before, because I was gonna just blurt it all out, but my lawyer and Adam just told me to like sort of like only touch on it, but I can't really give you the logistics because of legalities. But the real thing is that, you know, when Sergio released us to Universal, I asked for the name back, and I got it because, you know, they were gonna do We Sing in Yandela, and I think they were gonna. This is when I was with Yaya already. This was like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
And I got it back. So they wrote me a letter relinquishing DLG back to me. So you
own the DLG name. You own it. Yeah, that belongs to you.
Along with Adam, because I had to, you know, because Adam, I'm one of those dudes that I'm fair. Because even when me and Fragancia had problems, even when we had a fist fight and everything, I'm always a fair dude.
Oh, speaking of a fist fight, I heard that in Barcelona you guys had like a fair one. Was that true? You and Fragancia had a fair one.
Okay, yeah.
Was that who won?
I think we both were losers because, you know, at the end of the day we was fighting. I know that I got scratched in the face and I didn't fight a girl, but you know, he gave me a high jammy, I'll tell you that much.
And what did you knock him out? Because he claims to be a street nigga. You know, he told me he was a street.
He probably is a street. I don't know. I never been in the street.
I don't know. Yo le dije que I'm not a street nigga. Yo soy un tigre bacano. Yo lo que estoy en amor.
I know a lot of street niggas that don't talk about being street niggas. You know, man, I'm not a salsa thug. We used to make a joke about it. I've had my history on 110th Street Second, my history on 103rd. You know what I'm saying? And people in about here know that I was quiet. I was one of them gentleman dudes. Nobody never knew my business. You know, Frank White style. You're not supposed to be loud and all that.
Exactly.
And, you know, trying to front, I don't front. It is what it is. I'll talk about it. But, you know, the fight was not that. It wasn't no real, like, you know, me and him had words. I swung first.
Oh, you swung first? So you're the real G, my G.
Nah, it's, you know, we was angry at each other. You know what I'm saying? He dropped, he jumped up, we threw fists or whatever, and then I picked him up, and I was gonna say, Huey screaming, no, you're gonna kill him. I mean, you could ask Adam and
Huey probably started singing in the middle of it. No moriras.
But it was stupid because then afterwards we went back on stage, you know, and then that night I went and I was messing with some chick and I brought a chick to his room. You know
great segue. By the way, he claims, and I quote, that DLG broke up because Huey was talking. Huey had a love interest in the group, a backup singer. And he saw Fragancia talking to her. He saw Fragancia talking to the girl. Y desde ese momento, Huey dijo, I'm out. Is that true?
Okay.
Let me rephrase the question. Did DLG break up because of a female?
I don't think so. I think that was a straw on the camel's back, but I don't think that's what it was.
You think there was already other shit happening?
The whole concept of DLG was to do a one-off and all of us.
I'm sorry, you sound a little muted. You must have put something on the phone or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, all good.
You want to make sure you hear it. You recording?
I want to make sure I hear this, fam. I need to make sure that this bomb. I need to make sure.
It's funny because I mean, this is, to me, it's a comedy, bro. It's like, really, dude, really. So anyway, long story short, we was always supposed to try to get, you know, because remember, Fragancia and Speedy were going to try and do their own thing. They were just trying to collaborate with us, and you know, I was going to try and do my own thing. I had dreams of being a reggae artist, and Huey always wanted to be a solo artist, but the shit was working.
Yeah,
it was not broke, but you know, and we fought. There was a time period where I didn't speak to nobody for like a year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But once it's working, you know, it don't happen. But then, you know, they was like, you know, they're fighting too much. It was this much and that. And if, you know, Huey, you know, was feeling more like a solo artist, and that's what happens to a lot of the lead singers. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, you know, I'm not going to deal with that bullshit, and I'm not sharing money no more. And I understand.
Oh yeah, you know, He also said, he also said that Huey and when you guys were in Barcelona or something, that Huey. I mean, you watched the interview. He said that Huey wanted more money, and you guys pretty much said, okay, that you guys were getting an equal share, and then Huey vino and said, well, you know, I'm the lead singer, blah blah blah. I want more money. He wrote on this.
Frikkiao, you know Adam, and Adam was doing the books, and on my mother's grave, I didn't get less money. I said, you wanna get funny with the other dude? That's on you. I only deserve a third, because when we first started, it was 50-50, and we was paying Fraga and Speedy, you know, a couple of dollars for a show, which is, you know, which was because where they was at. But as it got out, he became part of the group, and we were splitting. And I said, listen, I just want my third. You know what I'm saying? As long as I get my third, I don't care how you deal with Fraga and Huey. So I think Huey did get more, and I think, you know, because they were telling them about futuristic stuff. You know, like, you know, when we're gonna branch off, don't worry about it. Let's get this finished. Let's get this tour done. Because Frikkiao sort of like spilled the beans when we was promoting the third album. He was like, yeah, we're about to break up, because him and Huey were already fighting. And yeah, it happened.
Over the chick.
Yeah, but you know, also things. There was little things that we were getting on each other's nerves. You know, little comments and little things and little habits. You on tour for 2 or 3 years. Well, it was started in '95, fall of '95. By 2000 to the middle of 2000, we was already John, and we was touring a lot. I'm talking about, I was out of the country. I was only in my house like maybe 5-7 weeks out of the whole year. You know what I mean? Because we was touring.
Yeah.
And you know, you get on each other's nerves, and it happens in a group. You know what I mean? So, and you know, I think that was a little bit of a little thing for me. It was just like, you know, I'm just not gonna deal with this bullshit no more. So, you know, he decided he didn't want to really rock with us, and I was like, oh, cool. I spoke my piece and said, I don't really think he's ready to do a solo thing, but that was just my opinion.
Yeah.
And I said, I think we need to, you know, rock this out, because things are about to change. Which brings me to my next thing, because my next venture, I wound up indulging in the reggaeton thing, and you know, and I think it blew, and I was happy about it, because I was the first one to really do it on New York radio. I brought it over to New York radio. This is when I did MVP with Danny Santana.
Oh yeah.
Raul, Gocho.
Yeah.
And Gocho had all those
cool artists. Yeah, with amazing.
Signing Lennox. And you know, we really pushed that, and I pushed it. I said, listen, I'm gonna bring some sponsors. I brought sponsors and liquor companies, and I did it a whole different way. If you look at the back of the album, I had the publishing on the album, and that was my deal with them. And you know, I made some money with it, and I pushed it, and that became the catapult for like the whole reggaeton market in United States. Because then we started playing. I mean, you already had some DJs like Alex Sensation that was really ready. You know, they was already popping, and I know you was doing it. I remember running into you at Mr. East, and you know. So I mean, I've been doing this shit a long time, and
I think we ran into each other in Toronto too. I think when you were with Yaya.
Right. In Toronto, that's right.
We did it together over there. Yeah.
And I was with her, and it's crazy because, you know, I was looking at, I guess somebody changed the Wikipedia on it, and they're saying something like after 2009 or something like that, or 2008, that like there was nothing. Then 2016, and I'm like, huh? Because you ran into us when we was touring. I've been all over the world. I'm on my 4th passport. You know what I'm saying? I got my passport. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. So speaking of passport, I heard that Fragancia can't travel. Like I heard he can't leave the country.
Right. Listen, I don't know. He told me he has it. I don't know.
I heard that's what I heard. I heard that he travels around with somebody. Again, it's not neither here nor there. But maybe is part of his frustrations that he's the way that he is because he has certain limitations on travel. I don't know. Allegedly, this is what I hear. And what do you have to say about that?
What I have to say is, you really got to ask that man, and you take it for face value. I don't try to stop nobody's money. I don't try to talk bad about people. I actually do talk about facts though. So, like, you know, it's cool and I really don't want to, it's not my style. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, DLG helped me catapult to do all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I own buildings, I own restaurants, I own, you know, companies. I have an interpretation company. I have a lot of things that I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how I built my wealth. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the frustration is that you put a lot of effort and time, and you don't get, you know, there's a lot of times people do things, especially like in boy bands, they do things for a long time and they don't really get the money they deserve, especially we was a groundbreaking group. You know what I'm saying? We opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And we did things that no one has ever done as far as having a single, as far as being in the Smithsonian Institute of Technology. We won a fucking Tony for, I don't know if you remember, Se siente 41, se siente.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that shit. Damn.
That's right. We won an Emmy for that shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we won, you know, a lot of billboards. We've sold millions of records. So we really did a lot of things at a time when it wasn't really happening. We was the only urban that people were listening to. I mean, we performed in places where urban music wasn't heard. You know, fucking Argentina was doing tango and pop. They didn't hear, and we was performing in Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, everywhere, Uruguay, you know, everywhere, fucking Europe, Japan. We was all over. It fucking what's the name of this group? What is it? Andre 3000.
Oh my God. I know who you're talking about.
They came to, because in Japan it was 2 warehouses. So they were in one warehouse, we was another warehouse in a remote area. They wanted to know why there was a fucking big crowd outside of our building, because it was a warehouse. And they came to say, we want to know who you was. And we performed with a lot of English groups. With Fugees, I'm really close. You know, I was really close with a lot of people in the English market. You know, Sean Peckers is our man from before he was with Def Jam. And I ran into him when I was about to sign a deal at Arista, and me and Wyclef was talking, and he was gonna help me out with stuff. That's around the time when he recorded with Evie Queen, and you know, so we run into a lot of people, and we did a lot of groundbreaking things, going places where they didn't listen to it. We was the first real like Latin group on BET, and actually that the BET filmed us that's when Ronnie was in the group, and we performed No More and everything like that. And they was like, they put us on Caribbean Rhythms, and you know, that's when I met my boy Notch. Notch, I love that dude to death. Yeah, and I got this songs he had that you have.
I gotta get Notch on here, by the way. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of friends that I ran into and I became cool with, even on the English side. Black Rob, you know, Mace. These are people I know from my neighborhood, and I was always cool with them. So, you know, we was really known because we were breaking into that English market.
Yeah.
And right before we released the English album is when the whole thing went down, where Huey wasn't feeling the group no more. And I guess, like I said, it was the camera that broke the.
Fragancia le quitó la novia. Le quitó la novia. And it was a rap. Okay, I got it. Yeah. All right. So let me ask you another question, James. So, before I forget this thought, so how many DLGs is there? Because, you know, I see that okay, first became, you know, then first it was you and Huey. Then Fragancia came. It was still DLG. Then you, Yaya, and Fragancia. Right, that was the Nueva Generación, Nueva Era. I don't know, I forgot the name, but that was you three, right? When it was, I remember what was this guy's name? This DJ that used to DJ with you guys. I used to work with you. Oh my God, he's a really good friend. He worked on this. Oh my God, I forgot. Huh?
Lucho?
No, Napolis.
Napo, yeah.
Yeah, Napolis.
He worked on the album. He actually.
Yeah. Napolis is my guy. Napolis is my guy, man.
Bailando la noche entera juntitos tú y yo. Bajo la luna llena, conmigo quédate.
Yeah, so he's Naples is my dude. All right, so then now you running around with DLG, Fragas running around with DLG. So ¿cuántos grupos son que hay? Son uno, dos.
How many fulanitos are there?
I don't know. There's like 3 of them, which I'm trying to clear that up too.
Well, okay, so here's the deal.
The investigative reporter.
Legally, without fronting, and I can't, like I said, I'm limited on what I could say. And I hate that I did it. The same way you hit record, when I speak to certain people, I hit record. So when I speak to people on the phone, I have audio of you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So paperwork-wise, Adam and I have the name. Paperwork-wise, you understand what I'm saying?
So
I don't know if
trademark
wants to claim the name, but he really doesn't have it. And I understand that he's, you know, and I'm not trying to stop nobody's money. In fact, he's called on a couple of shows that I was going to do and try to threaten him and say something. My lawyer just sent them the cease and desist, sent them the real paperwork, and the show went on. You understand what I'm saying?
He's got a song on YouTube with the name and everything. Aquí el que manda soy yo.
Draw me in, bro.
No, my guy. I'm just trying to put the cards together because apparently I couldn't get the story straight from him. So he's got a song called Aquí el que manda soy yo. Under DLG Nueva Generación.
Right. And it's not official.
It's not official. So he doesn't own that.
Absolutely not. 100%. I'll give you numbers to the lawyers when we get off of this. I'll give you the number to the courts. I'll give you the number of the court. I'll give you the number of his paperwork that he filed, and on the bottom it says denied. I'll give you everything.
Coño, espérate. I said I wasn't going to drink, my nigga, but now I need a drink. Okay, all right. Oof. Well, thanks for clearing that up. I mean,
and I'll send you a copy of my passport too, because you said you did that earlier.
All right. Well, thank you for clearing that up. All right. So the other thing is, okay, so I mean, can he do that? Can he travel around performing as DLG?
All right, so I wouldn't do something like that. I own buildings, I own businesses, I have big contracts, and if somebody sues me, I'm not losing my money if I'm faking the funk.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say too much, bro.
No, I get it. I can't
say too much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to embarrass him, because even though we're at odds, I don't try to embarrass nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
because he is how he is. We travel for a long time, and it's like having a cousin that you don't really like what they do, and you don't really agree with what they do, but they're your cousin. So we came up in the music together, and I won't shit on him. He could shit on me, but I won't let him shit on me. But I won't shit on him because he's trying to eat. At the end of the day, he's trying to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's a limitation to it, and I can't say too much. Bro.
Ok, yo te entiendo. Para las personas que se están conectando ahí, que están pidiendo que lo repita en español, aquí estamos conversando con James DeBARBA. Y perdona y perdona que te dije ex integrante de DLG, porque...
No, not ex, bro. Listen.
But no,
9/10 of the law is possession. And since the day one, you've only seen my face in the group.
That's the truth. That's the truth. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So even if I never had the paperwork, I'm the only one that's ever been DLG.
Yeah. You are protected under intellectual property rights.
100%.
And I'm not a lawyer, allegedly.
You're not a lawyer, but you're an intelligent gentleman.
I gotta say the word allegedly because people were saying. All right. So, oh my God. All right. So now so talk to me about the frustration that you think. And again, I don't want to make this whole thing about. I don't want to make it about Fraga, but I do. This is the last thing I'm going to ask about him, and we're going to move on to your projects and what you're doing.
Thank you.
Do you think that his frustration is because you guys have money on the table as the original DLG with Huey, with him, with yourself, and the second part of that question is, shout out to Sergio George on the chat. Do you also think that?
What up, Sergio?
Yeah,
he's gonna probably rip me up after this is over because he said, "Yo, your boss." He calls Fraga my boss.
So do you think that la frustración que tiene Fragancia con que ustedes regresen, because he clearly called it out on the video, like on the last podcast that I had him, come back. Do you think because a él le han ofrecido tantas cosas, pero necesitan a ese tercer elemento que se llama Huey Dunbar? Do you think that he's just frustrated because of that?
I mean, we're all frustrated because we could get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of millions of dollars on the table because we're talking about 40, 35 countries.
Yeah.
And if we record a song, it's a different era. It ain't like when we was doing DLG where we have to go through the label and to get paid for it. Next week we get our checks. We all get our publishing checks. We all get our sound exchange checks. So we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, them sales, we sold millions of records. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of money. And anybody could be frustrated, but it is what it is. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Now,
what are you gonna go beat Huey up? You can't do that, bro. The dude don't want to do it. Just move on and do other things. That's why it's important that, and I say this to artists that are watching me: when you get your money, invest your money, save your money for the rainy day. You know what I'm saying? They laughed at me when I bought my first house. 4 houses later, 3 apartments later, I sold one. And restaurant stuff. And I have people that I took care of that put money up for me for stuff. Yeah. And I'm not an owner of the restaurant. I'm an investor. It's different being part of an investing group. You know what I'm saying? I have partners. Then that's how we do things. Because if you treat people good when you're up, it's going to be the same people you're going to see when you need. So if you have money, you can call the shots of what you want to do. So if somebody don't want to rock with you, you gotta move on. But you can't shit on people. That's one thing I won't do.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't want to take the interview on Monday when I did it with him. I didn't want to take it there, but I think that he needed a reality check a little bit, and he needed someone to tell him, hey, man, So now, with that being said, I'm going to ask you this question, and you can answer it truthfully. Who do you think, in your perception and your experience and everything that you've done, toda tu trayectoria que tú tienes con este grupo desde el comienzo, quién es la estrella de DLG?
The people. Yeah, and I fucked you up with that answer. The people.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the other. Okay. So
Let me tell you why the people. Because, you know, Huey Dunbar went off on his own, and he really didn't, you know, he didn't really like beat what we did as DLG. What we did with DLG is so high. The bar was set so high. To try to beat that is really hard. You understand what I'm saying? So he became another salsa singer. Me by myself, you know, I wasn't really, you know, doing anything, and I wasn't as strong as I would like to be. And then collaborating with people was cool. And then when I got with Yaya, it was good, and we were touring. But you know, the new generation came in. So who do I think is the star? I think the people are, because people live vicariously through our talents and our shows and our music. And they sing the songs and they say, you know what, that could be me. And it gives inspirations to the people. So the people become the star. Do I think that, because I know you said that before. You
well, you know,
the star. I'm going to address it. I know what you were going to say. Huey was going to be the star, but at the end of the day, Huey was the singer. I'm not a singer. I was the reggae guy. Fragancia was the Spanish rapper. So it was three different types of people. So we were all stars in our own ways. But I know what you're saying, that the fact that, you know, he was the lead singer, the focal point was on him. And we really try to do that. Sergio, Adam, they really wanted to make him the focal point. And, you know, and I fought it because I was young and I wasn't thinking business. Fragancia fought it, but at the end of the day, they pushed him as the focal point. But not really like, I think, you know, that's what Sony was trying to say, like, oh, he's a star, so we're going to release him like if he was DLG. And it's not, it's a concept. The star of the thing is the concept and the people.
All right, so let me just rephrase the question. You know, there are. I sound like a lawyer.
I wasn't the star.
I sound like a lawyer on freaking one of these shows. Anyway, I'm going to re-ask the question indifferently. The day when I said that to him, you know, he kind of drove me there, and I was almost forced to kind of say, hey, listen, bro, you know, because, you know, you always in a group, you always have a breakout star. You have a guy that pushes that needle forward, right? So, you know, like in Aventura was Romeo, and there's a bunch of other people in other groups. I don't want to go back on that, but
like TKA.
You know, yeah, like TKA. You know, everybody.
Shout out to my cousin KL. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Angel. I'm still cool with Angel. I'm still cool with Tony. I'm still cool with all of them.
So there is always a person, artist in a group that pushes that needle forward and is the breakout star, right? Now, when people say, not me, when people say the star of that group was Huey Dunbar, and do you think that, again, not asking you directly, but saying as a unit, do you think that was a little bit of jealousy there between you and Fraga? They're like, damn, because I'm sure when you guys went everywhere, the focal point, like you say, was Huey Dunbar, and I'm sure the attention. I'm sure he smashed a lot more chicks than you and Fraga. Let's just keep it up. Let's keep it a buck. Like,
I'll keep it a buck. No, he didn't. First of all, second of all,
he didn't. He didn't smash more than you, Fraga. Holy shit! Hold on.
100% Fraga was the champ.
Wow.
100%.
Damn.
Fraga was a champ. Yeah. My numbers are crazy, but Fraga was.
Oye, papi, es que el negro gusta.
No, he also, tipo el dominicano, no ronca.
All right, you know what? I concur. With that, I am in agreement. Okay.
Right. So
and I'll leave it at that.
I can see what you're saying, but when you compare it to, like, let's say you compared it to Aventura. Aventura was all singers, besides the music people.
Well, that's questionable, right?
Well, I'm just saying, same thing with TK. They were singers.
Yeah.
Now, we have a group where there's different artists that are doing different things. The focal point of the Fugees was Wyclef. He was the head, but who did they were feeling the singer. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what you're trying to get. You understand that 100%. They feel the singer. They think that that's the lead because that's the person that's in the front. That's the person that's doing the most work.
Yeah.
And I agree with you 100%. Was I and Fraga a little bit jealous? I was. I'm not gonna answer him because I was like, yo, nigga, I'm a star too. What the fuck? You know, but never with the crowd, because you'd be surprised. In the crowd, we all had our fans.
Yeah.
So there was the fans that say, I don't really listen to salsa, but I really like the reggae. There was guys that was like, yeah, fat nigga singing that English shit. I think he's whack. I like Fraga because Fraga's doing the Spanish shit I could vibe with. And then, you know, the majority was a lot of the girls, the young girls, they would say, oh, man, Huey. And it's cool. But, you know, you learn to make sure that you shine the way you need to shine.
Okay.
And I know what you're saying. And yeah, he was definitely the focal point. Star, we was all stars.
Okay.
You know, because if we wasn't all stars, we wouldn't have been able to continue. We wouldn't be on the show. You wouldn't care.
All right. So here's another question. All right. So just kind of piggybacking on the other question. So, si Fragancia, cuando yo le dije a Fragancia, you know, it was a little heated moment. I said,
I didn't know the drink.
Yo le dije, Huey Dunbar es la estrella de DLG. Y él me responde, y yo soy la luna. Entonces, si Huey Dunbar es la estrella, él es la luna, ¿quién eres tú?
Soy cara de niño.
¿Serás tú el sol? ¿Serás tú el sol? Porque ya, we're keeping it in the solar system, right? So,
I'm the humblest dude you'll meet, bro. I'm not into that. Before, I wanted to be the focal point. I wanted to step up. Dude, that shit don't mean nothing. What means at the end of the day is your bank account. You understand what I'm saying? And if you really stepped up and progressed as a person.
Yeah.
Because this guy's really trying to push the buttons.
I'm just asking the questions. I'm listen. This is the interview that I wanted to do with Fraga, and now I'm glad that I'm a preach. Coño, espérate. Damn. Oh shit. Damn. Shout out to everybody connected on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you for joining us. By the way, esta entrevista estará disponible en Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. What's that?
My partner's over there laughing. They're like, yo, you wallet.
Oh, yeah.
Co-op City, baby. Come see us. Frikkiao, I'm going to have you like on a Friday night.
All right, no problem. You know, I don't DJ no more now. You know, I don't DJ no more. But, you know, I'll come through and te chapeo ahí, you know, you give me some sangria.
Whatever you want.
All right. So let's move forward, man. Let's move forward. I mean, I think we cleared up a lot of stuff. You know, I just for the record, ya yo he invitado a Sergio George al programa. Lo he invitado para que hable. I don't think he's game. At least not yet. I invited Huey. Huey said that in due time, he will come and tell his side of the story because he wants, you know, one thing that I told Huey Dunbar and the same thing that I told other people in other groups, I said, listen, man, tú no puedes permitir que, I think somebody's talking in the background. It sounds a little, you know, yeah. So, one thing that I told other people from other groups is, listen, tú no puedes permitir, tú como un integrante de una agrupación con tanto éxito, not just you, I'm talking about the guys from Fulanito, Proyecto Uno, everybody. Ustedes no pueden permitir que... uno de los integrantes no puede venir aquí a hablar solo, right? And I'll be very transparent. You know, Fulanito, like, Dose wanted to come out here by himself. Nah. Well, I mean, well, at least, I wouldn't say Dose. His brother pitched that idea. And I said no. Because the legacy of Fulanito, and I don't want to get into them, but the legacy of any group, not just Fulanito, has to do with all members. Right? So, para mí, yo no permitiría, yo siendo una persona de una agrupación, no permitiría que otra persona vaya a una entrevista and kind of speaks on our legacy. So I told Huey the same thing. I said, Huey, no permita que nadie hable de tu trayectoria sin tú tener que participar. You got to be part of it, and you got to, whether you want to do it by yourself or whatever, you have to speak on your legacy when you got people out there talking about your shit. About what they said that you did or you
know what? Huey's controlling his own destiny. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. Huey wanted to go off and be on his own and do his solo thing. I gotta respect that. You know, what am I gonna do? Tell him, no, stay here so that I can make my life, bro. Let that nigga live, you know? Let him live. Let him follow his dream. Whether I agree with it at the time or I didn't, whether I was mad, whether I probably said some fucked up shit. Cause I said bad stuff about my old manager, Adam. I said bad stuff about Sergio. That's what happens when you're angry, when you go on your emotions. But business-wise, I'm still cool. You know, you learn, you live, you get older. We're not little kids. And, you know, I can't say, oh, I'm going to be better than everybody because I'm the best. I can't do that. I'm good at what I do. I do what I do. I can't run around and try and beat all these other rappers and these young reggaetoneros who are really doing their thing. They're making tenfolds the money we was making. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that they save their money and they invest. So, you know what I'm saying? But he let him answer. If he answers, he doesn't really like to address it. He wants to move on.
He doesn't. He really doesn't. You know, like I used to chop it up with Huey years ago, And even just in casual conversation, he's just like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm moving on. And even now, he responded it very professional, very like, yeah, I'm moving on. I want to be way back by the past. But he also said that in due time he will share the story. He has no problem.
I hope so.
I hope he does. I really hope that he's watching, or I hope that he watches this and says, damn, man, I'm the missing piece of this story, and I want to come and set the record straight. And I know Huey's a class act. He's gonna definitely say what he's gonna say, and it'll be done.
And I've seen him mature. I've seen him say crazy shit, do crazy shit. I wanted to kill him in Colombia when he brought weights to Colombia because he was gonna lift weights, and they thought I had a bomb because I used to check everything in. And I thought I had a bomb in my fucking. I can tell you stories for days. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna talk bad about anybody.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
And that's why I said a lot of good things about Fraga and things I don't agree with. And the same thing with Huey. I never talk really bad about Huey because as mad as I am at him because we could have made a lot of money, I understand, man. He wants to do his own thing, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk bad about Sergio because Sergio still calls me. He tells me I'm the wackest rapper, but still tells me he needs me to be on a song. You know, the last song I did with him was Maluma, Elvis Crespo, and George. And George Villalona, but I can't even see that. I got my Spanish messed up. That was the shot.
Yeah.
And we did a short track in Medellin, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Adam's the same thing. I was talking crap. I was like mad because it's young. You're being young.
I speak to Adam all the time myself. Yeah.
Adam's, we've been since we were younger. You know what I'm saying? And even through the fights and even through me talking shit, because that's what I like to say is that I man up. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if you can't man up and say when you're wrong, then you're not a man. Yeah. And you got to build. I never shacked up with nobody. I've always owned my own shit. I don't shack up with chicks. My phone is in my name. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Passports in my, and I bought stuff. There's times when I have to move it around because
James,
I got the problems with child support. I'm taking over the interview. You like that, right?
No, it's okay. It's okay, bro. You know what? All you DLG motherfuckers, let's take over my interview.
No, you know what? We were taught that. We were taught that by Sergio and Adam. Make sure you take control so they don't fucking eat your ass.
So all right. So here's the other thing. I also heard that that there was an opportunity that some promoters did like the concept of the new DLG. With you, Fraga, and I guess Yaya, and they were willing to invest and really go ham with this shit. And allegedly, Fraga fucked it up. Was that true?
And Sergio could verify this. I was the head of A&R for SGZ, and we was actually trying to bring the group. I took Huey out to lunch, and we ate on the Upper East Side, and he was game, and then we told Fraga, and then Fraga was like, "Nah, man, I'm doing so fuck it. I don't need your motherfuckers." And he broke out. So then, we couldn't do nothing.
But even without Huey, I heard that you had an opportunity to get it popping.
Me, Fraga, and then we were gonna bring in Sergio George, who's part of the new DLG. You know what I'm saying, with me and Yaya.
Yeah, that he's the kid who sounds like Huey a little bit. That guy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then that kid got scared, and I just keep it moving, bro. It's like the 6 train. Niggas get on and off the train, but we're gonna get up to Pelham Bay Park, bro.
Got it. All right, James. We got 5 more minutes. What are you working on? What are you plugging? This is your 5 minutes.
I did a song with Dynasty King. Me and Yaya are promoting some new stuff coming up. This COVID got everybody messed up. I'm not really trying to make shit happen. With this COVID thing, I'm waiting for. We're recording a couple of things. I'm recording some solo stuff for Miss Yaya. I'm still trying to work some other deals. I'm still trying to do some real estate stuff. Holler at me if you want to buy one of my buildings because I'm ready to sell.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. We're promoting. We're moving forward. I'm not looking back. And if you want, on a private message, something, I'm gonna send you all the paperwork, all the letters.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it, man. I think
stuff, my passport, everything.
Yeah, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't want to publicize that. I mean, we whatever we share here, you share here, comes out of your mouth, and we speak, and I don't need to see any paperwork. I'm not a court, but I wanted to get to the bottom of this shit and kind of have a different side to the story. Like I said, I hope that Sergio accepts my invitation to come on and speak on this, even though I think that everybody just kind of wants to put the shit under the rug, but the story has to be told. And that is the whole concept of this podcast, is to document the success.
By the way, it's funny you said it, because Sergio still has a controlling interest in the DLG name.
Coño,
way.
también. Espérate.
Yeah, it's complex. It's a complex thing. You got to remember, it changed hands a lot of times. So the law is when it comes to intellectual property, it's a different things.
Yeah.
So shout out to all my friends, all my people, my family, all that stuff. Shout out to you, Frikkiao. Thank you. Shout out to Fraga. I hope everything works out in his way. Same thing with you.
Sure it will.
I'll be here. And if Huey and Fraga want to do a world tour, get this millions, let me know. If not, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be all right. Come to Sangria's in Cork City. If not,
where's it located?
At Sapitos and East Tremont, we're about to open up.
The Sangria's restaurant that you have is where's that located?
I don't have it. I'm a partner there. All right, and all the houses that you see me post in front of, those are not my houses.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wanna just close by saying that James, this went really well.
Thank God.
It went really well. I love you too, bro. Listen, and I thank you for doing this, and I know that the story continues, and I hope that we can.
Shout out to my kids, Zuli, Jimmy, my little one Zeta, my wife Sherry, and even my ex-wives. All that shit.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
All right. So listen, I hope that that I can get the other folks together and we can continue the story. But in the meantime, thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Keep being great. Keep doing your thing, man. And I'm sure we'll talk and link up real soon, man. So James DeBARBA, ladies and gentlemen, Acapella Podcast. Thank you so much, my brother.
Rock up, because you're rocking you, baby. Peace wherever you are.
Ahí lo tenían, señores.
Superstar. No. Peace wherever you be. You want to go on like a celebrity.
All right, James. Se va a cortar la vaina ya. So we'll talk, my brother. All right?
Peace.
All right, one, brother.
Apaga la música, prende tu voz. Esto es Acapella, the podcast hosted by DJ Frikkiao and friends.